Hi everyone and welcome to our senior seminar project. Our names are Isabela Rivera, Claritza Bosque, and Curry Albright. My name is Claritza and the first thing that I'm going to talk about is the identification of problem. The problem behavior addressed in this behavior plan is the insufficient daily water consumption of individuals. Our target behavior is to increase daily water intake to a minimum of 64 ounces, while excluding caffeinated, alcoholic, and sugary beverages. This means we aim to encourage individuals to consume a sufficient amount of water each day for the sake of their health and well-being, following the recommended daily water intake guidelines. Our focus is not only on increasing the quantity of water consumed, but also on promoting healthier choices by excluding beverages that may be less beneficial for overall health. This target behavior aligns with the fundamental importance of proper hydration for regulating body functions, transporting nutrients, and removing toxins, as emphasized by the Center for Disease Control. This target behavior is a vital step towards improving health and maintaining a more effective and efficient daily life, which ultimately aligns with the broader goals of self-management projects. Why was the behavior selected? The behavior to increase was selected for several compelling reasons. Health and well-being. Adequate hydration is essential for overall health and well-being. Water plays a crucial role in regulating body temperatures, transporting nutrients, and removing toxins from the body. Dehydration can lead to a range of health problems, including headaches, fatigue, and even kidney stones. Widespread issue. Many individuals do not meet the recommended daily water intake, which is a common problem. A study by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention found that less than half of adults in the United States meet the recommended daily water intake. This behavior change can have a broad-reaching benefits. Behavioral impact. The behavior of water consumption is highly relevant as it involves a daily routine that can be modified for better health outcomes. By focusing on a behavior that is part of daily life, it becomes more accessible for intervention and self-management. Why the behavior was selected, Part 2. Positive impact. By increasing water intake and excluding less healthy beverages, individuals can make a positive impact on their health without the need for drastic lifestyle changes. It's a manageable and impactful behavior to target. Participant interest. The participants in this case have expressed an interest in addressing their water consumption habits, making them willing participants in the intervention. Their motivation and engagement are crucial for the success of the project. In summary, this behavior was selected because it addresses a widespread health issue, is manageable for self-management, and aligns with the participants' goals and motivation for positive change. It offers the potential for significant health improvements and is a behavior that can be modified with the right strategies and support. Now I'm going to talk about important ethical considerations, privacy and confidentiality. Privacy and confidentiality of participants' data and personal information are paramount. All data collected will be kept confidential to protect the privacy of the participants. Minimization of harms. Steps will be taken to minimize any potential harm or distress to participants during the assessment and intervention. The intervention aims to improve health and well-being without causing harm. Beneficence. The project is designed to benefit the participants by promoting a healthier lifestyle. The information gathered will contribute to a better understanding of their behavior and inform appropriate interventions to enhance their well-being. Important ethical considerations, Part 2. Non-discrimination. The project is committed to avoiding any form of discrimination or bias, including cultural sensitivity and respect for diversity. All participants are treated with equal respect and consideration. The project team is dedicated to upholding the ethical principles mentioned above and ensuring the well-being and privacy of all participants. Any concerns or issues raised by participants will be addressed promptly, and steps will be taken to minimize any potential discomfort or distress. The project's focus remains on benefiting the participants and enhancing their understanding of healthy behavior change.
Hello everybody, my name is Isabella and I'm going to be going over the research summary portion of our PowerPoint. So to begin, the first article that we chose for a research summary was Using Real-Time Visual Feedback to Improve Posture at Computer Workstations by Sigurdur Sigurdsson, forgive me if I pronounce that wrong, and John Austin, and it was published February 27th of 2013. So this study included 8 participants, although demographics of those participants were not included in this study. The purpose of this study was to study the effects of an intervention, including real-time visual feedback, discrimination training, and self-monitoring on postural behavior. So the results of this study showed that real-time visual feedback and self-monitoring led to significant improvement in safety behavior for most targeted postural behaviors. So continuing on, the same research summary to the next slide. Postured self-monitored with high accuracy ended up improving to a higher degree than postured self-monitored with low accuracy. This article was specifically chosen for our intervention because of the use of real-time visual feedback, and this was related to our study design. In this specific study, they also used momentary time sampling and a multiple baseline across participant design, which was also used in our study. So our second research summary was on Assessing and Increasing Physical Activity by Carol M. Van Kemp and Linda B. Hayes, and it was published September 2nd of 2013. So this article discussed recent behavioral research on the measurement of physical activity interventions aimed at increasing physical activity. Self-management and exergaming were used in the study, and results showed that self-management interventions were generally effective at increasing physical activity levels in both children and adults. So continuing on, the second research summary into this slide, exergaming sessions were associated with higher levels of activity compared to typical physical education sessions, especially in children. So this article was chosen for our intervention because it emphasizes the importance of increasing physical activity, which related back to our target behavior of increasing daily water consumption. These behaviors are critical for overall health, and obviously individuals who are active require ample hydration, which also relates back to our study. So our third and final research summary was on the effects of self-generated rules on the development of schedule-controlled behavior by I.S. Rosenfarb, M.C. Newland, S.E. Brannon, and D.S. Howie, and it was published in July of 1992. So this article discusses and shows the efficacy of self-generated rules in a behavioral program success versus imposed rules governing behavior. So it included, the participants were 29 undergraduate students at Auburn University, and all of these students were either participating to fulfill a psychology course requirement or earn extra credit in their psychology classes. So to continue on our third research summary, results suggested that asking people to make rules facilitates some kind of control over behavior by complex contingencies of reinforcement. When subjects were asked to formulate rules, their behavior came under control of the schedule of reinforcement much quicker than the behavior of those who are not asked to formulate rules. And lastly, the behavior of those who are asked to formulate rules was more variable or higher rate. The behavior of those not asked to formulate rules was lower. So now moving on to the summary of functional behavior assessment. So our summary statement states the functional assessment was carried out through the use of a functional behavior assessment interview, or an FAI, along with the antecedent behavior consequence, or ABC data collection approach. The FAI offered valuable insights into the factors preceding and following the target behavior of inadequate water consumption. Simultaneously, the ABC data collection method meticulously documented instances of water intake and the associated antecedents and consequences. So findings. So what we found out in this FAI was that the motivation to drink water increases when water is easily accessible and other beverages are unavailable. So when other beverages like soda, juice, even milk are available, the participant was more likely to lean towards drinking those things instead of drinking water. Secondly, conditions that precipitate the behavior include feeling thirsty, exercise, eating lunch, and when water is easily accessible. So I know all of us in this intervention kind of agreed that we really only initially drank water when it was in a water bottle next to us. We wouldn't really seek it out if we had just finished exercise and we were feeling really thirsty, or accompanied with a meal. So that was what precipitated that behavior initially, and then the function of this behavior was automatic reinforcement. So some background information on our participants were that they were drinking less than half of the suggested water intake daily, and water bottles were not being carried with the participants prior to the intervention.
To address our dependent variable of water consumption, we chose to use visual prompting by keeping marked water bottles with the ounces measured in easy reach and a token reinforcer as an independent variable. The teaching strategy utilized differential reinforcement of an alternative behavior to decrease drinking of sugary and caffeinated beverages and increase water consumption. Some of the alternatives offered included encouraging drinking flavored and infused water, herbal teas, and carbonated water as alternatives to sugary and caffeinated drinks. We also sought to reduce access to the undesirable beverages by limiting their availability in the home environment, making it less likely for the individual to choose them. To increase the individual's daily consumption of water to at least 8-ounce glasses or 64 ounces a day of water, we implemented antecedent manipulations. We used timely reminders. We set up daily reminders on our smartphones or other electronic devices to prompt us to drink water at specific intervals throughout the day. We also used it with visible water bottles. Keeping water bottles visibly accessible in our work and living spaces served as visual cues for water consumption. We identified habitual triggers, identifying daily routines or activities that acted as natural antecedents for water consumption, such as drinking water before meals or during breaks. For our consequence strategies, we utilized positive reinforcement procedures. To increase water consumption, we implemented a token economy system. Each time we successfully consumed 8 ounces of water, we earned a token or point. Accumulated tokens were exchanged for rewards at the end of the week, such as a small treat, leisure time, or a non-food related reward. Progress has been made with the intervention. The data shows a clear upward trend in water consumption over the course of the intervention. Although there is some variability in the daily intake, the overall trend is positive, indicating that the intervention has been effective. Adjustments were made to the treatment plan to include setting alarms. This did increase water consumption. Alarms provided a more direct and immediate reminder to drink water. Visual prompting can be effective, but participants may only sometimes be paying attention to their surroundings. Alarms, on the other hand, are more difficult to ignore. This resulted in the increase in water consumption seen in the graphic displays. The treatment successfully increased water consumption, even when external factors influenced daily routines. Some of the extraneous variables noted included the environment. This impacted how easy or difficult it was for people to follow the plan. Having a convenient access to water at work increased the likelihood of drinking water, instead of being out running errands, where access to water may be less convenient. Exercise has also been a confounding variable during this intervention. When participating in any kind of physical activity, the motivation to drink water increased due to physical exertion, leading to thirst and increased water consumption. To promote generalizations, participants were encouraged to extend strategies to include multiple settings. Maintaining motivation is a possible limitation to the effectiveness of the intervention. This could be problematic in the long term. Drinking water is automatically reinforcing, but preferences for other beverages due to taste may limit the intervention's effectiveness. In addition, difficulty in remembering to drink water, distractions, busy schedules, and potentially not feeling thirsty might limit the effectiveness of this intervention. In conclusion, while the participants did not reach the goal of maintaining 64 ounces of water intake a day, water consumption has consistently increased, and all participants have moved closer to reaching their daily water consumption goal. This is the conclusion of our presentation. Thank you for your time.